Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin price falling to critical levels, even as we have some very bullish Bitcoin breakout charts. Today's video, we're going to be talking about exactly why Bitcoin price is falling and where it could potentially be headed. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, Bitcoin falling to critical levels. We haven't seen it this low since the end of February. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what this means for Bitcoin, where Bitcoin could potentially be headed, the good and the bad. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love, where every day we share some of the best charts in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Just push that like button. It helps out so much. Let's try and get to 1,000 likes on this wonderful Sunday. Now, today we are in Extreme Fear 22. We've been hovering there for about the past week. The entire market down 3%. Bitcoin at 37,992, Ethereum at 27.71, BNB at 382, Solana at $89, Terra Luna at $80, Cardano at 77 cents, and Dogecoin at 13 cents. And if you want to know the top coins today to hold, to outpace just holding Bitcoin alone, on all exchanges, they're up about 669% above just holding Bitcoin alone. Well, that would be Kyber Network, Crystal, XDC Network, Mirrored Apple, Primecoin, and ApeCoin. And if you want to check this out for yourself, add some low caps for higher risk, but potentially much higher reward, there is a discounted link down in the description. And while you're down there, check out the link for Celsius, because not only can you earn 17% holding your crypto with Celsius, not only do they have a free swap feature, but now you can earn free crypto while taking out a loan against your crypto on Celsius. Or if you deposit crypto to Celsius, you can earn up to $5,000 on select cryptocurrencies, or up to $2,000 on pretty much all cryptocurrencies. There's a link down in the description. Now, Bitcoin today, since the end of March, has just been on this very steep downtrend that we said, hey, we're going to have a breakout by May 11th, and it looks like we're testing the support levels right here today. Could potentially break to the bottom. Support is roughly around 37.5. If we break below there, potentially could hit all the way down to $35,000, which would break us out of this uptrend that Bitcoin's been in for quite a while, and we would have a new downtrend. And at that point, we would have to zoom out with Bitcoin to actually see what's been happening, because we have these white trend lines that Bitcoin has been in since, say, I don't know, January-ish of 2021. So for quite a long time. If Bitcoin were to break below there, well, we could see it heading to this red line, roughly around $30,000. If it gets to there, we have a double top. May not be looking good. We could be heading all the way back down to $20,000. But before we get all negative, let's take a look at some other charts to figure out what's really going on behind the scenes. First off, we have to take a look at the downside, because although I'm a perma bull, have to look at both sides of the story to figure out what's going on. We have this chart here from None Your Business. On the last two occasions, the 20 and 50 weekly MA turned negative. The slope here turned negative. Guess what? There's a 50% price drop. Happened twice before. That means there's a 75% chance it could happen now. There's also a 25% chance it might not happen. But we also have this chart here suggesting we could see a Bitcoin price dip to roughly $28,000. When we have a cross of the short-time holder floor and dormancy flow floor, well, all three times that happened previously, we had Bitcoin price dropping to the dormancy flow floor. That means there's an 80% chance of this one happening, 20% chance of it not happening. But the Grandmaster, Funkmaster, Flex, Willy Woo himself says, hey, Bitcoin price is sideways because Wall Street is selling futures contracts in a macro risk-off trade. Meanwhile, institutional money is scooping spot Bitcoin at peak rates and moving to cold storage. So basically, they're selling it to cause the price to drop while buying it spot and hodling it. I have a feeling that eventually what could happen that would change the entire narrative here is Grayscale is going to eventually sue the SEC because they're not allowing approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF. And then once that passes, once Grayscale has a spot Bitcoin ETF, that's when the price will likely resume its northern trajectory. But if we take a look at some of the charts look really, really good. Aside from these two we took a look at, these are the two worst case scenario charts. Pretty much every other chart looks really, really good for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. TA analyst says Bitcoin nice level of the HODL shock ratio by the real plan C. We can see right now the shock ratio is roughly where it was back here in 2015 at the bottom before Bitcoin price took off from about $200 to $20,000 before we saw that insane increase. But that's not it. We have the Williams oscillator, the Williams Ultimate Oscillator breakout happening, where basically we have a downtrend here, similar to something that we see in the RSI, but this is the Williams Ultimate Oscillator. And when we have a breakout, guess what? The past two previous times when we had a breakout, we saw a massive Bitcoin bull run. That means there's a 75% chance we just had a breakout from there, likely to have another Bitcoin bull run. Not only that, but when the monthly BOP, the big bopper, the balance of power flashes, the last two times this signaled the correction was over and the bull run resumed. Both in the previous two cycles this happened, well, we just had the BOP flashing once again down here like it did previously, and that means there's a 75% chance we have just completed the correction phase and price is likely to go up, which brings us to this chart. And now this chart, some people don't like Elliott wave theory. Me, myself, I don't really care for it too much. I mean, you can count cycles all you want, but it's really in the eye of the beholder. But this guy here, Velvet, he predicted within a day of when Bitcoin went from $10,000 to $65,000. He also called the $32,000 bottom that we saw. And right now he's saying, hey, we have this Elliott wave accumulation pattern here where we have wave 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess what? We have accumulation going on right now. And once this is over, it's likely going to send Bitcoin to $160,000. And if you don't believe him, you just need to look at this. Look at what the whales are doing. Because William Clemente says Bitcoin whales holdings are now the highest since September of last year. The continued increase has surprised him, but whales are continuing to accumulate. And you just need to remember that this is a long-term game for whales. If you're a short-term Bitcoin holder, you're in trouble. But long-term holders, look at the number of people who use Bitcoin right now. 2 countries use Bitcoin out of 193 countries. 12 million people use Bitcoin out of 7.7 billion people. Do you think when this continues to grow, yes, we saw mass adoption, but this was literally like phase 1 of mass adoption that we just recently saw. As this continues to grow, the price will continue to grow, and we'll definitely start seeing a lot of these price predictions happening a lot more quickly than anyone expects. So that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Check out Token Metrics and also Celsius. There are links down in the description. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you.